Welcome back to Daytime. We were just talking about dames and, princesses and people dressed up in all different kinds of costumes, and we're now going to move on to Morning Thieves, but a very different kind of topic. We have a musical band with us here today called Musical Thieves. Very excited. We're going to have a performance coming up as well, and we have Chris and Brian here on the couch with us to talk a little bit about your band and what you've been up to lately, so welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
So let's start with what part of the band you're each involved with.
I'm drumming, vocals as well, yeah.
And I'm like lead singer and guitar player.
Right, and you guys are called the Morning Thieves.
Morning Thieves, yeah.
So where did the name come from?
It kind of took a while to kind of come to a name. It's like one of those things. We had another name before, and kind of you go through a bunch of names and try and decide. Morning Thieves came up. Actually, Steve was the one, the other guitar player in the band, the one that kind of like found the name. We were listening to a lot of Jeff Buckley in that stage, that stage of the band, and Morning Theft is a song by Jeff Buckley, and we're also staying up like really late practicing until like 5, 6 a.m. recording, practicing, writing songs, all hours. So Morning Thieves just made sense at the time, and we kind of came up with some names after that, and it kind of stuck, so we went with that.
All right. How long have you been together as a band?
Just over a year.
Okay.
Or under a year, give or take. Well, we played together in other bands as well too, and so did like Mike and I, the bassist of the band as well. But pretty much, I think we all assembled within like a year, give or take, from today. Yeah,
right.
Like
and coming together, is it like playing together before? Does this make you guys a bit more stronger?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, right out of the gate, we were doing started playing like cover bands, stuff like that, and then. When the thoughts of throwing the band members kind of came around, it just felt natural that we were already 3 of us out of the 4 in our cover band were kind of like a really tight core already kind of thing, so it just seemed to make sense from there.
All right. Cool. So what kind of music are we talking about here for those who don't know out there?
So it's definitely rock music, like first and foremost.
Yeah, good old-fashioned rock. Yeah. No, not old-fashioned. I wouldn't say old-fashioned. I'm throwing the word around too much. Yeah, just some good, like, I don't know, I think we have like indie elements, pop elements as well too that we try to aim for. And
do you have any certain artists that kind of inspire you when you're writing your music?
Like a certain sound that you could probably like.
I think all of us kind of have our own different different. We all bring something to the table. I think we all kind of like have our own subgenres of rock. It's all kind of rock music.
Such a hard question to answer when people ask me, what do you sound like? It's like,
because we're our own sound, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Try to think
especially with rock.
We have our own influences and stuff.
So how about any influences in terms of like who you look up to in the music industry?
For me, like I love Radiohead. Like they're probably one of my favorite bands. Foo Fighters, love that band. A lot of the older bands too, like Zeppelin, love Zeppelin.
I mean, who doesn't? Well,
yeah.
What about you, Chris?
The Beatles, I like Weezer. Arkells.
Yes, I'm going to their concert soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Usually what I'm listening to right now, kind of thing. I like old '60s music and stuff like that too.
So when you're writing your music, is it a collaboration between everyone in your band, or is there one specific person who does most of the writing? And
well, I think the spark usually comes from Brian. We're all confident in also his writing, but we come together and kind of form the songs from there afterwards. Things just start from an idea, as a seed, and just kind of let it grow together as a band kind of thing. But mainly I feel like, a lot of the good ideas come from Brian.
Yeah, I do a lot of the kind of the base of the idea, kind of come up with that at home, late at night usually. Kind of, you get that spark, whether you be in the shower or something like that. All of a sudden, there's like an idea that comes, and share it with the band, and see if like they come up with something with that, and
sometimes ideas come from jamming.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes just jamming something out, and
that feels good. Let's play.
Yeah,
exactly. Go from there and see how it goes.
You go from there, and has there ever been a time where you think something sounds good, then you're like, hey, it's not working, guys. Let's just scrap that.
It's sort of been some songs that we work on, and if we feel like they're not like totally
going anywhere.
A band's biggest accomplishment is to find a consistent sound. You know what I mean?
And also you don't want to force anything, right? Like there's a lot of like songs we try and get going, and you're trying to work it, and it's not really happening, so you don't want to push it. So you kind of want to let things happen naturally at the same time.
Okay. And do you guys play here in the Mississauga, Brampton, any of these cities?
Yeah, all the GTA.
Yeah.
We play a lot.
And you guys are from the city, or
Mississauga? Well, I like to think I'm a hometown boy of Mississauga. 27 years here already, kind of thing. We all kind of based on Mississauga, kind of thing. We got a couple members that live out in, or like one member, I guess you could say, lives out in Toronto as well.
Okay.
I'm out in Oakville.
Oakville.
Yeah.
But he started in Mississauga, so.
Got to remember that, right?
Yeah, we remember our neighbors
roots
back in the day.
Really?
Our backyards were like pretty much backed right onto each other, so we'd like wake up in the morning, and be like, call him up, be like, yo, Hummel, do you want to come over and
the big egg big breakfast, and then we just go and just.
So I think that's where a lot of came from, actually. I think maybe when I was 17 or so, we started
pretty early
playing together. Yeah, it's been a while.
When did music start for both of you? When did you get involved with that? Was it kind of in band in school?
With myself, it was a really early age. Like my parents threw me in piano lessons when I was
Okay.
like 3 years old, and it was kind of like one of those daycare piano lesson things. So I took that for a while, and then it was more like private piano lessons, and then I stopped playing that when I was maybe 10, 11, 12. And then started playing guitar and also violin throughout high school. So kind of like a strong classical background and, you know, lots of rock music too, playing guitar, stuff like that.
So you've had it with you since, 3 years old.
Yeah,
pretty
young age. Yeah, for
Same
sure.
with you, Chris?
I got my first drum set when I was like in grade 7.
I'm sure your neighbors just loved that.
Yeah, they did. Oh yeah, they loved it,
Give a
especially when I
12-year-old, drum set.
I remember. Yeah, they're understanding at times too, but definitely learned to make a little bit of racket. Times when I shouldn't have. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
So with having all this musical experience, do you still get nervous when you go on stage to perform for a big audience?
We actually talk about it. We're like, when we first started, like when we first kind of started, we were like, oh my Lord, I'm getting so nervous now. You know what I mean? Like when we're about to go on, we're getting like, you know, at the butterflies. But now it's like we play so much, also in like the cover bands and stuff as well too. But with this stuff is what like we're used to playing in front of people, and now we get nervous when we're not on stage.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when we're kind of like not on stage, we're just kind of like, okay, when are we going?
When are we starting?
And that's when the antsiness comes.
Yeah, it gets kind of awkward to you. Like you want to be on stage, and you're kind of the one in the crowd, and you're looking around like.
When's it my turn? When's it my turn?
I'd rather that than being nervous.
On
Than
stage,
being,
right? So it's all the anticipation.
People pick up
I think
on
that's
that.
what it is, like anticipation.
Exactly.
I think, a lot of that.
Wanting to make sure everything goes smoothly, right?
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
everyone
And
likes what goes on.
you guys are on MySpace as well. What are we looking at in terms of hits for your songs and all that?
Oh, pretty good actually. When we just
put
released
some
our
videos
Alive Off the Floor stuff, you know, but we've always had good support from friends, and people have been checking us out, even random people that have never seen us perform. They heard our tracks online and stuff, and sent drop nice comments to us and stuff like that. But yeah, we seem to have.
It's always good to have positive feedback.
Oh, for sure.
And even some of the haters help too.
Yeah. Let them hate. I'm just joking. No. Just joking. No.
Anybody talk to us, please.
Everybody.
No press is bad press. That's what
So that's the
That's
Morning
true.
Thieves. You can visit www.myspace.com. You guys are playing the Hard Luck Bar, right?
Yes, the Hard Luck.
This
Yes.
Thursday.
And that's on Thursday, so you want to definitely check that out. And you guys have www.morningthieves.com as your website. We're going to actually keep these guys. We're going to swap them for 2 other bandmates. No
Swap
offense.
them.
And then we're going to have a performance at the end of the show as well. They're going to sing a song for us, tune it out.
Get a
We're
little
gonna
sneak
rock
peek
out.
before you go to the whole concert later on this
Exactly.
week.
Oh, yes.
We'll be right back with the Morning Thieves after this.
Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Now we still promise, to hang around with Morning Thieves, and we're going to keep the musically oriented segment going on here, followed by a performance at the end of the show. So you want to stick around for that, and that way we can check out exactly what we're working with here and what you can expect at their upcoming show at the Hard Luck Bar. And now we're joined by actual Steve and Mike. Thanks for being on the show. We got the bass and guitars. Guitars.
And Steve actually does some backup vocals as well, right?
That's me.
Oh, Mike, sorry. Mike, sorry.
Yeah. Bass and backup vocals.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need the backup vocals to make everything sound
Exactly.
full, right?
Well, and then you can serenade Brittany if you like to that way too. She loves that
Later,
too.
yeah.
So we were discussing with Brian and Chris prior to the break, about what your band's all about and all that stuff. So how about you guys? What do you add to the band as well as individuals?
Well, I play lead guitar, so
Right.
I try and add different sounds,
Right.
and I say Brian will come to us with a song idea, and try and put my own spin on it, add some different, guitar sounds to it to make it sound full.
Let's talk a little bit about how long you've both been involved with music as well. Where did you kind of start off and get involved with that?
Well, I started with guitar when I was maybe 15, and then I picked up bass a few years later, and met Chris, and here we are now.
And here you are now on Daytime talking about your band.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And what about yourself?
I started playing guitar around grade 8 and just learned all the songs that I really loved and just went from there. Brian's my cousin, so I've been playing with him since I don't even know when, since probably around that time.
So
do you have any family feuds going on?
No, no family feuds.
You know, if I was in a band,
stop trying to cause drama.
No, if I was in a band with
it's like
my
if
family,
not, you guys should be fighting. Who is better?
Our family actually
Seriously?
supports us and comes out to all our shows and stuff too.
That's
so.
awesome. Yeah, I just know that if like my sister, like I have 2 sisters, if we were in a band together, it would be
like
disaster,
a feud.
probably.
Yeah, I know. Probably fight about everything, right?
That's just how it works in our family. But I mean, you know, everybody's different, so that's great that you can collaborate that way and having an amazing
Yeah,
band.
it works really well.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about your performances and what happens when there's like a million girls screaming in the audience.
Well, that happens all the time. Actually, our drummer Chris Hummel, they shout his name between songs sometimes, so much that we can't even start the next one.
You just have to have a pause in between.
Where's
And have
Chris?
We have to wait till they calm down a little because
calm down.
Yeah, we will not play another song until you guys all calm down.
he always plays topless, so it kind of like eggs
Brings
them
that out of
on.
them.
So the girls can go nuts for that. Right?
You need to throw some ice into the audience, right?
Is it getting to his head though? Like
No, not at all. Actually,
Yeah,
it doesn't faze him.
Yeah. Didn't mean to talk to him about that.
We'll make a point to do that after the show. Well, hopefully Brittany won't get too crazy then during your performance because I'll have to like tame her then.
We'll keep the shirt on.
Or remember to get like air conditioning system going first.
Yeah, you would. So how about what are we looking at as goal? Is this something that you've always wanted to do? Are you fulfilling your goals right now? Is there still more that's coming?
Well, yeah, it's something I wanted to do like ever since I first picked up a guitar, and yeah, and now it's just becoming like even more a reality.
Right.
All right.
Now we have goals set out, and we're just working hard to actually complete them. Yeah.
All right. Well, just before we run out of time, let's quickly talk about the demo that you just had coming out recently. That was called Factor Grant? Is that right?
Well, we
yeah.
applied for Factor Grant, and they'll give money to up and coming bands. So we're going to be recording an EP coming out, and they gave us money to be able to record it, and so we have money up front to use.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. So I'm just totally lost in that whole side of things. That's really great. So you actually can then get the money to do what you want to do and hopefully put out a great product, right?
Exactly, and then you pay them back over time. But it's good that they're supporting local bands, and we can just apply for it, and you send in a couple songs, and
for
they help you out.
Well, we're excited for that. So you can visit www.morningthieves.com if you want to show your support. Check them out on MySpace as well, right?
And this Thursday, November 18th, they're going to be performing at the Hard Luck. We have a performance that they just did earlier on, so take a look at this.
Yeah.
Whether it's cold, dear, or there's no light, you keep warm alone by the fire. Sweet silhouette cries, and I want to hold you close to my heart, and I'll be the right man for you. So why can't you feel this love so real? 'Cause I'm sure you're hurt, but not to fear. 'Cause it's pure and true, but can't get through. Sweet silhouette, you times they may change, dear, but you can't change time. Well, I know that this love of mine will never die. The fire and the light, oh, the love in the night. So why can't you feel this love pure and true, but can't get through. Sweet silhouette, you say that these words are empty, but you know when I say I never let you down. The fire and the light, oh, the love in the night. So why can't you feel this love so real? 'Cause I'm sure you're hurt, but not to fear. 'Cause it's pure and true, but can't get through. Sweet